You spelled something wrong? In English class and spelling things wrong, not good. Okay, so once you sign up, I do want to go over something from StudyWiz with you guys. So if you would join me out in StudyWiz. So again, I've assigned the 21st Century interview. I will be changing this here shortly. It's not due on the 17th because I had to change things. So it is due next Monday by midnight. But if you would go into the class folder, so you can see I've got everything for May and June out there. So for the rest of your time here as seniors at Biglerville High School, the calendar is out there. Okay, we're going to go into view folders, and then I'm going to re-sign in. Okay, so in Business English, period 3. One of the handouts that you should have put into your, I went to the wrong one, into your e-portfolio that was due last week was called, no, I have not graded all 29 of you or however many of you there are. I have a life too, though.
I was kidding.
I have a life too. I'm allowed to have a life. Okay, one of the things that you should have. Whatever. One of the documents that you should have inserted into your e-portfolio is a thing called Researching a Company. It is in the Unit 10 interviewing, or you could open up your live binder. I'm just going in Business English, Unit 10 interviewing. And please open up that Researching a Company document. Okay, so one of the things prior to actually doing an interview, like I had said, is you should research about the company. So how the heck do you actually research a company? We're going to team read this, so I'm hoping everybody is in it.
What?
We're going to popcorn read. In other words, Nick's going to read, and then
What are we reading?
this document that I.
Kidding.
Oh, Nick!
She went to like slap me. Like, are you
I'm
serious?
going to throw my shoe at you in a second. Okay, so it's in that interviewing folder.
Sorry.
Okay, so researching a company. The employment market varies from year to year. Sometimes it's a buyer's market, sometimes it's a seller's market. Regardless of which type of market you're looking at for a job, a systematic and thorough job search strategy is required in order to land the best job possible, and not just the first one that comes along. For the best results, you should employ both passive and active job hunting strategies. Using an approach that covers all the bases will provide you with the broadest job search and an opportunity to uncover what is called the hidden job market. So you're going to read these loud enough for the recording to pick up, please. Nick, since you're so talkative today, we'll start with number 1 with you.
All right. Direct research. Research companies, your future could... Wait, what? Oh, research companies, your future could well lie with a company you've never even heard of.
Yep. Josh, too?
Newspapers. Thousands of overlooked opportunities are listed here.
There are employment agencies, but we'll skip over that one. Tatiana, 4? Is it okay just to say, I'm going to use Mrs. Bonner as a reference
Yeah.
and never talk to her about that?
Oh, no.
No. Always check with the person, because that alone could upset her, and she may go, oh, this Josh kid? Oh, yeah, he never even asked me. I'm not going to give him as good a reference as I would have if he had done what is etiquetely responsible and doing it the right way. And so always make sure you check with your references first. Professional associations.
Professional associations. Remember the old saying, it's not what you know, but who you know.
Yep. So these are all about networking. There are job fairs that you can go to. If you go to a job fair, bring about 100 resumes with you,
Right.
because they have over 100 different companies at these job fairs most times, and you want to give your resume to everybody there.
Is it bad, like, if you do that and you, like, give your resume to, like, everybody?
No. The more people you give your resume to, the higher your probability of finding somebody who actually has a job that might be a match to you. So when you're in the job search, it's all about the numbers. Statistics. All right, Nick, we're back to you at 8. 8.
Networking. Using this effectively, you could uncover an unadvertised and unannounced job.
Josh, 9.
Electronic databases, one of the newer methods available to you.
Tatiana, you're lucky enough to get the first full paragraph. Dossiers. Mark?
As you research for companies, complete a company
Dossier.
dossier. This dossier, set of papers containing information, should have information including, but not limited to, the following: company president and CEO, a description of the products and service provided by the company, locations of the headquarters and branch offices and
Facilities.
facilities. Obviously, if you find additional information, write it down. You never know when you would impress a potential job lead with the information you have.
So, note the following company dossier. This is just a sample. So, the corporation is just called Corporation Inc. Headquarters is 123 Main Street, Biglerville, PA. It lists the phone number, personnel. Big personnel you care about is who the heck is the hiring manager? Who are you sending your resume to? Who's the president? How long have they been president? So John Q. Public has been president of Corporation Inc. for 4 years. The COO, Chief Operating Officer, is Susie Smith, and she's been there for 7 years. Your Director of Order Fulfillment, Sam Waters. So company products and services. The company produces a complete line of vegetables, both canned and frozen. It employs 13,000 people, all located in Pennsylvania. This location is primarily an administrative facility, but it's next door to one of their main processing plants, which is important to know, depending upon what the job is. What are the sales? Well, back in 2010, which is when I had originally done this, they were at $678.2 million a year, and their profits were over 5% over a 5-year period of time. And to note, they recently acquired Utz potato chips, so it looks like they're moving into snack foods. Maybe it has something big in the works. So maybe there's going to be a merger with Utz. And if you can bring that up in your interview and nobody else does, that pulls you at least closer to the top of the pile. So all of this information will help you shine in a job interview in 3 ways. First, your knowledge creates a favorable impression at your first meeting. Remember our discussion that we've had throughout the year about first impressions? How long does it take to make? 5 to 7 seconds. How long could it take you to overcome that first impression?
Like ever.
Forever, absolutely. The rest of your life. Okay, number 2, you will set yourself apart from other applicants. And lastly, it shows that you care about the possible job enough to put in some legwork before you actually have the job. An interviewer will think, well, if she's willing to do this now, just think of how hard she'll work as an employee. And that's how you want them thinking about you. Okay, so it would be a good idea in your research for this 21st century interview to fill out or make one of these kind of dossiers so that you can refer to it as you're going through the interview, or you at least have the knowledge and can mention stuff from the dossier during your interview. All right, I'm just going to go back to the I want to make sure that I've done it all. Okay, so discuss how to research a company. So you can Google them. There's this place called Hoover's, but I think the firewall here blocks it. But you can just start researching all you can about the company. Tatiana might do Bath and Body Works and research and find out everything that she can, because the more well-prepared you are, the better off you are. Now, I also have on here sample videos from past classes, which I want to show you how some of the kids in the past have introduced and done their videos. So let me go to Business English here. And okay, so there are two. The first one I'm going to show you, he was big into my whole Six Flags field trip that I do, so he had a little bit of fun with it, and that's okay up front for this, but I don't expect you to go that far into it. What I did want to show you was how he started his interview. Come on. So this I wouldn't recommend you do with the music and all that. So again, skip over this part. But here he's introducing the assignment. He's introducing the assignment. He's introducing what position he's applying for. So he went for the Hershey Senior Application Analyst position.
So tell me about yourself.
Yes, and the lips and the sound is off.
I am a hard worker and willing to do what it takes to get the job.
So he's
It
dressed
can be fun though.
for an interview, and he sets himself apart. Nick, you're watching, right?
Real quick. Why should I consider you a strong
He
applicant?
sets himself apart from the person interviewing
You
him.
should consider me a strong applicant for the job because I have much more strong qualities rather than weak qualities.
Okay, so I'm not anticipating
very
you
excited
repeating
about
what he is
the
saying. I just want you to see that there's him and then there's the interviewer. All right? So that's one way to do it. Another way, Katie did last year. It's supposed to be a Skype interview, so she started out with the Skype page. This is the position that she is, or the company that she's interviewing with. Introduces who she is. It's a still picture. And then she goes into the actual interview. And she's talking about which position she's applying for. Then, okay, so how's she going to answer the questions? Well, there's the first question that she's supposed to answer. So she made titles to introduce them. At the end of the video, she figured out how to close it down nicely, and then again ends with the company and that she was on a Skype interview. Okay? How should you always end an interview?
Thank you.
Thank you and shaking of hands. Okay, I've had kids in the past pretend like they're shaking hands with the camera. Just kind of odd to look at, but I got the idea. Okay? So that's all I was going to share with you guys. Any questions? Cool. All right.